Hey, this is Cavallo from datingadviceguru.com and more secrets to unlock his heart. Today we're talking about 7 sex tips. This is how to please your man. Things that men wish women knew about sex. Now, before I show you those little tips, I want to give you a couple of rules to keep in mind that will help you have a much better relationship with the man in your life. Rule number 1 is keep sex free of drama and all emotional games. Oh, I know, I can hear you calling out, Carlos, I would never play games with the man I love. Look, we all fall victim to this one trap. Manipulation is simply trying to influence somebody to do something without asking them to do it directly. Just try to avoid it as best you can. Rule number 2 is know the hidden truth about men. This one's huge, and if there's one thing I can teach you today, it's this. Men are not afraid of intimacy. We fear having our intimacy rejected. You see, what many women interpret as being commitment phobia or fears of intimacy are not what they seem. I haven't met a man alive who wouldn't want to connect in a deep and meaningful way with a woman. Yet most women don't realize that since men don't have the same kind of emotional language that they do, that this means he has to be extra careful, which looks like a fear of commitment. All right, please him in the bedroom. Tip number 1, have fun first. Men are conditioned to believe that women only want sex as an expression of love, and it's very serious stuff. And of course, we never want it to be an expression of anything negative, but you know what? Sometimes just having wild monkey fun is a-okay. It always comes back to showing him that you can be a fun gal. Now, what he really wants in the bedroom, tip number 2, is remove all the criticism. Criticism is the deadly poison of our relationships. It's slow acting, but it almost always ensures that the relationship will not survive. Remember, for a man to give to you lovingly in a relationship, he can't think for one moment that you would criticize him or correct him in bed. Fears and insecurity in your relationship takes you out of your most resourceful state, so watch out for that. Satisfy him in bed. Tip number 3 is touch him right. There are similarities between the erogenous zones of a woman's body and a man's body, but there are some places you might not know about, like the outside of his lower lip. It's a very sensitive area, just right along here. You can use your tongue, you can use your lips, you can use your finger. Very big turn on. Tease the neck. This area below the Adam's apple, where his thyroid is basically located, is a very erogenous zone in a man. Work his hand a little bit. This is where you stimulate the sensitive skin of the palm of his hand. Use your fingertips to trace tiny little circles on the center of his palm. All right, make him desire you. Tip number 4 is know how to present your oral report. Yeah, what we know by now is the male member is the focal point of a man's life. And it's no secret that men love it when a woman gives them a little extra lip service down there. You see, men equate your willingness to give him head as the amount of acceptance that you have for him. And did you know that there is actually an infinite number of things you can do down there that will bring him joy? One is how you use the variety of movements that you can accomplish with your lips and tongue to, well, of course, there. And the more into the act of it you appear and seem to be, the more he's going to believe that you must find him virile, masculine, and desirable as a man. Pretty similar to the way you want him to find you irresistible. What men want in bed, tip number 6, is use your illusion. See, fantasies play a big part in sex for guys. We have our own private ones that we created way back when, and we stored them away in our heads. And these mental movies that he's carrying around will do all of the heavy lifting for you if you dig in and maybe use them to your own benefit. Just ask him what's been on his mind lately when it comes to sex and doing the nasty and what his most common fantasies are. But I'm going to give you a little caution here. If you're the kind of girl who can't handle hearing about his inner fantasies, meaning that you're likely to get jealous of them, just skip this one. And finally, what men want in bed. Tip number 7, start your own engine. A guy wants to think that he is so sexy that you can't control yourself, that you literally see him and you just have to have him. If you can work up your own nerve to just start revving up your own engine, in other words, you know, masturbate a little in front of him, you'll be amazed at how responsive and attentive he will be. You can dip into your own fantasy pool if you like, if you want to get the motor running, and no, it's not cheating to think about some other guy. Hey, he's probably thought of a few fantasies himself. You see, when a guy sees that a woman is in control of her own pleasure and she's got the courage to put it out there in front of him, well, he's going to rise faster than boiling milk. Don't be afraid to get started without him, and trust me, he'll join in with you ASAP. Now, these 7 ways are definitely going to put you on the right path to being even more irresistible to your man, but if you're interested in taking it up a notch further and raise that attraction to white hot levels, you got to check out this new free video presentation that I've got on how to create irresistible desire in a man. Now, not only do I talk about getting him to see you as the sexy goddess that you are, I've got the inside track to the secrets of the male mind. Pay attention to this presentation because knowing a man and what's going on in his head means you're going to own him. And of course, he's going to feel safe in your arms. When he knows that you understand him like no other woman does, he'll never want to leave your side. Go on over to datingadviceguru.com/irresistible. That's datingadviceguru.com/irresistible. And I'll show you how to unlock his heart. Be sure to like this video and click on the link down there in the description, and I'll be seeing you at datingadviceguru.com/irresistible. Remember, live and love with passion.